I'm Kevin Sinnott, curator and publisher of CoffeeCompanion.com and Coffee Kevin. For a long time, the Techniform coffee brewer has been the out-front champion consumer auto-drip machine. Other than Bun, there's been no one that's even been close. You might think that's harsh, but I can't afford to be a sentimentalist when discussing something as important as brewing your morning coffee. At last year's Specialty Coffee Association Bash in Houston, I spied a truly interesting Techniform look-alike. I begged to sample, and one day my UPS driver showed up with it on my front porch. The Bonavita 8-Cup looks a lot like a Techniform, enough to be called a knockoff, but knockoffs serve an important place in consumer culture. They give those of us down in the working classes a chance to taste the gear caviar we otherwise can't afford. Okay, Kev, enough poetry. How does it measure up? Quite good. First, the Bonavita hits the basic temperature of the Techniform, not quite its ruler flat 200 degrees Fahrenheit, but comfortably in the 195 to 205 industry spec. This upstart brewer is capable of making the same size batch in just over 5. Whether this is an improvement or not is subjective, but it's a pretty impressive feat and testament to the Bonavita's beefy heating element. It did result in my ratcheting up the amount of grounds I used. I used 60 grams for a Techniform, and I found I preferred the coffee using 64 grams drip grind coffee for a full Bonavita pot. There is one area in which the Bonavita 8-Cup outperforms the Techniform, and that's the ability to get all the grounds thoroughly soaked during brewing. This has always been the Dutch coffee maker's sole weakness, and the Bonavita just does it beautifully. And it's a very important attribute since it means you get even, full extraction of all the precious coffee grounds. The one area where the Techniform might prove more cost-effective in the long run is longevity. Techniforms are the coffee maker equivalent of Volvo automobiles. My 30-year-old Mocha Master just chugs away, but none of my tests indicated anything inherently slapdash about the new Bonavita either. So time will tell. I've been brewing with the Bonavita daily for nearly 3 months. I brewed Counterculture's Finca Mauritania El Salvador with it, as well as their Jagong Sumatra. All superb, as was Orange Daily Roast's Cup of Excellence Nicaragua La Aplacion. Is it boring to brew brilliant coffee batch after batch, minus any futzing? I tested the glass carafe, my favorite, but there's a thermos version on the way. It's worth noting that Bonavita has earned a Specialty Coffee Association of America certification. I'd say this machine is going to give Techniform a run for its money, and a lot of people are going to go for the extra cost savings and drink some pretty excellent coffee at a bargain price. Considering there are millions of coffee drinkers, there's room for more than one maker that performs to spec. If you're looking for a top auto drip brewer, the Bonavita definitely fills the bill. It gets a top rating from the Coffee Companion.